What's up, guys? So what we have today is the Spec Ops T.H.E pack in Coyote Brown. Now, the previous one that featured on this channel was in UCP, and that was a really good deal at I think 30 euros plus shipping, under 40 euros. This for 10 euros extra, so under 50 euros. It was 45, I offered 40, accepted. What a deal. What a deal, guys. Coyote Brown. This looks so slick. And this is used, as you can see, there is a bit of, slightly dirty, but nothing major. I mean, the pack is in flawless condition. Absolutely flawless condition. I already started just, fiddling with it. Fixing the length of the sternum strap. Just burning some little bit of fraying here and there, like on here, I just sealed it. But other than that, it's in perfect condition, guys. And the thing is, I was quite impressed with the Spec Ops brand pack, the T.H.E pack. So when I saw this for, a similar deal, I thought, wow, I've got to have it. Also because I just so happened to have the Spec Ops pouches that would go on this pack in Coyote Brown, at least half the side, the 6 and the 4 mag pouch. And I managed to source another utility pouch by Spec Ops brand to fit on the other side, and then another one in tan, which I saw for pretty cheap. So I figured, why not just have the extra one in tan? And yeah, the thing is though, guys, the real issue here is trying to find some kind of back support, because the problem with this pack, and I think it's the only problem, is that it only features a foam yay thick, so maybe like a centimeter thick foam, but it doesn't feature any back support. Now with a UCP pack, I managed to adapt a dummy plate and use it as extra back support, plus, seeing as it was foam, extra cushioning as well. And it happened to fit the the back just about perfectly. And that was the back side, which was a little longer. Now the front side is shorter, and I was looking online for dummy plates, and they all happen to be pretty much this size, at least in terms of the height, which is about 32 centimeters, and that's just too short. And also they happen to be a little what's it called, a little not as wide, a little a little slim on the sides, basically. So I think the best option is still to use this one. I'm just not convinced. I'm wondering if I should throw it all the way at the back, at the bottom, and have the top part flap a little bit, or push it into the top and have the bottom sag a little. Because at the end of the day, this fits perfectly in the top, and this is the extra support that I would need on my shoulders, on my upper back, where I'm carrying the weight of this pack, pretty much. So I don't know, guys, unless I find something like this. I also managed to find someone that does plexiglass stuff, and I asked them if they could do something similar with really thin plexiglass, trying to replicate something like the Molly to Assault pack frame, the really thin plastic sheet, something like that. I'm trying to source something to use as extra back support, because unfortunately it does not come with a frame. The frame is available separately on their website, but they do not ship worldwide. Plus it's quite pricey. I think it's like $54 US. So, and the dummy plates I sourced for 10 euros shipped. It was €5 for the pair of them, plus 5 in shipping. I thought, excellent value. And that's the thing, I made use of them. At least the one, the backside fits the THE pack perfectly. And yeah, I'm just gonna have to work with this one so far until I find something better. And that's that's gonna be another mission, another project, trying to find the most suitable kind of a back support to this pack. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to showcase this pack, and it doesn't have the signature buckles for some reason. The ones with the really chunky ones with the X. These just seem to be standard military style buckles, ITW Nexus style buckles, compatible with just about any military pack. But it's in, excellent condition. Not a rip, not a tear, nothing. Like I said, just a little bit of minor dirt, but who cares? Who absolutely cares? The shoulder pads are really nice and thick. I love them. Sternum strap is nice. On the previous pack, for example, the sternum strap was missing, so I just added one from a Molly 2 hydration carrier because it matched the webbing and the whole UCP thing, UCP camo. And yeah, quick release, buckle, everything is just nice about this pack. But I guess the purpose of this video was to try and figure out what to do about the back support. And other than that, it's the same pack that we featured on the channel earlier. So if I'm boring you, if I'm being a bit repetitive, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just so excited for this pack too, just because the last one, over time I managed to source a few UCP pouches, the 4-mag pouches, but still, I still sourced. I was able to at least locate the UCP 6-mag pouch, but it's just way too pricey, and I'd have to order it from overseas. It would end up costing me like 40 a pouch, whereas I kind of went with something that cost me 20, including shipping. I am working on a budget, guys. Sometimes, as much as I want the design to be flawless and to really flow with the pack, it's still gonna have to be what's the best value for money out there. Otherwise, it just ends up being a ridiculously expensive project. That's the thing. I can't spend as much on a pouch or even more than what I purchased the pack for. That's pretty much the general standard golden rule. Sometimes I do, if I paid the pack, dirt cheap, then, and I really need that pouch. Like one utility pouch that I sourced for this pack, and that's the thing, it had to be the Spec Ops brand, because what I failed to mention earlier is that their Molly compatible gear is slightly and their pals webbing is slightly wider than the norm, than the general standard. So I prefer to use Spec Ops pouches with the Spec Ops pack. Use their proprietary gear, and just so that it looks good, it's aesthetically pleasing, and also functional for that matter. Plus, that's the thing, some of those pouches are literally designed to go on this pack, so I might as well make use of it. Okay, enough of me rambling, guys. Just just throwing in some ideas there, trying to figure out what to do for the back support. I'd love to find another dummy plate like that, because paying the frame, and in fact I can't even order the frame because Spec Ops doesn't ship worldwide. But even if they did, it would probably end up costing me something like €100, and that's definitely not something I can afford just on the frame. I need to find a cheaper fix. By cheaper, I mean financially, not necessarily a crappy fix. Like I said, the dummy plate, the backside of this pair of dummy plates worked perfectly on the other THE pack. So I'm really hoping to find something similar. But when I do, I'll definitely update you on the progress or lack of thereof. So what can I say, guys? Thanks for sticking with me here and hearing me talk about packs. And what would you do? What would you recommend? So feel free to interact with me, guys. I don't just make these channels, you know. I don't just make these videos on the channel just to simply post a video. I'd love to interact with all of you out there, and kind of brainstorm and throw some ideas together and see what comes out of it. So yeah, feel free to drop a few comments if you're keen. Otherwise, all I can say is thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.